Hi, welcome. I'm Claudia Braun. For those of you who don't know me, I work with women who struggle with stress, emotional eating, and yo-yo dieting. And today we are going to talk about planning. And and we are going to talk about how planning is the key to your success and how winging it does not get you the results that you want. And to ask yourself, if you are winging it and expecting that you're going to get results, how is that working for you? So Jason has decided to enter the video. You see the nose of my dog. He really likes being on camera too, it seems. So when you're looking for having results around your eating and creating success, if you are hoping that things work out well, that you make time for yourself to have good, balanced meals, to get to the grocery store, to make time to meditate, to make time to exercise, if you're hoping that happens, it's not a recipe for success. Without planning, without being very clear when you're going to go to the grocery store, what you're going to buy, what's going to be available to you when you have a meal, to know what you're going to eat before you open up the refrigerator and not be starving, opening up the door, figuring out what you're going to decide to eat, that is not a recipe for success. So really, you get to decide, do you want to plan for your success or do you want to plan for your failure? And when it comes to eating, so many of us want to go, it'll probably work out fine. I'll get somewhere, they'll have the food I want, and I'll do that. And, sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. But, leaving it to chance is also leaving it to a chance that you will not get what you need and you're not going to feel good about your choices. And so, last night, for example, for me, last night I was headed out to a networking event and I had a client right before I left. And I don't like to expect that the networking event they're going to have food that I want to eat. Sometimes they do, but sometimes they don't, and I didn't want to be at the effect of it because I knew I was hungry. So I knew before I left I had to have a snack. It might mean that I was going to be a little bit late to the event, but I knew I needed to do that, and so I did. And so that's the way we create, that's the way things change, by making a decision to prioritize yourself, to make time for yourself, to prioritize your needs. And, so many times people say that, well, that's selfish. And the truth is, it is. But if you don't take care of yourself, nobody else will. If you don't plan your meals, nobody else is going to be that concerned about it. If you don't plan to take time to meditate, to pray, to journal, nobody else is going to set that time aside for you. So it really is up to you to decide when in the course of your day you're going to be able to take 5, 10, 15 minutes, whatever it is, to do that, to take time to make sure you eat breakfast before you start your day so the day doesn't get going and it's 3 o'clock and you haven't eaten and you have a headache. That's not a good plan for success. And then you eat whatever there is available and then you end up feeling bad because it wasn't what you wanted, and then you're set up because you kind of feel like, well, I kind of blew it, so I might as well just keep going in that direction. So that doesn't work. If you make a good choice, it then makes for another good choice. And the more you plan for your success, the more you reach your goals. And if weight loss is a goal, if feeling good is a goal, if having energy is a goal, then it matters what you put in your body. It matters the kind of time that you set aside for yourself. It matters how you're treating yourself, what your lifestyle looks like. It matters. If you don't care, then it doesn't matter. But I'm assuming that if you're here and you're watching this, you care. And so my offering for you today is to plan. Early on, when I was changing my eating habits, people said standing in front of the refrigerator deciding what you're going to eat for a meal, not a great plan. And if you're choosing between two good options, can be fine. But when you're starving and you open up the refrigerator and try to figure out a meal, not the best decision time. Hard to make a decision when you're starving. As they say, going to a grocery store when you're starving, you end up buying things you wish you hadn't. And same thing, trying to figure out food when you're really, really hungry is really hard. So planning in advance, you know what you're going to have for breakfast, or you have an idea what you're going to eat for lunch, or an idea what you're going to eat for dinner, really makes your results so much better. And so my suggestion is that you look at your week and see, what are your options that you're going to make available for yourself for breakfast? What are the options you're going to make for lunch or for dinner? And then from there, you create a plan and you make that happen. If you just kind of figure out, I'll probably eat well, you probably won't. Because, if you don't plan it, it's not going to happen. If you don't go to the grocery store, there'll be no food in your house. And if you don't, set aside enough food for the week, and if you don't create a plan for some kind of meal options, then you're kind of left feeling like, I don't know what to do, and maybe I'll just carry out. It's easier, and I'm hungry, and I need something quick. So the more you can add to your arsenal of tools that are going to help you succeed, the better. And planning is a huge thing. And so often we don't want to, because it takes time and it takes consideration. And I know I'm not the best planner, but when it comes to meals, I'm really aware that if I do not do it, I'm not happy and I'm not getting the results that I want. And so it means I have choices in my house. It means I have things that I can, pick from that are going to give me a good option. So I really want to inspire you to start planning for yourself if you're not currently, and if you are erratically, to up your planning. And if you could use some ideas on planning, I would love to have you join my Facebook group. If you are somebody who needs some extra support, I would love to offer you a session to get a feeling for what's it like to not have to do this alone, to get the support and accountability to reach your goals. Because personally, that's really how it worked for me. On my own, I kind of, I would do okay, then things would kind of go awry. And really having somebody else's experience along the road made a huge difference in the lasting changes that I experienced in my life, as opposed to the intermittent changes that I was having before I sought outside support. So I really believe that support and accountability is a huge factor in our being successful. And, I believe that our health is the foundation of our really happy life. So many people that I talk to before I work with them, they're not happy, not eating well, not weighing the amount that they want to because they don't feel good in their clothes, because they put crappy food in their body, and then their thinking is off, and then they don't respond well to their children, they don't respond well to their husband, they feel like they're not as sharp as they wish they were in their work. Food, what we eat, is foundational to who we are. And if we're not addressing that, it is a huge factor in the rest of our life. And it can be easily reversed, but sometimes when we're going down a train track in one direction, it can feel very hard to turn it around. So if you are going down the track in a direction you wish you weren't going, and it feels like you've been going down that direction a long time, and you kind of are looking to get off that and do something different, I'd love to talk to you, because I know that with support, accountability, your life can change miraculously. And I see it in my practice. I see it in my own life. So I am going to sign off for today. It's been a delight to be here with you, and I will look forward to seeing you on the next video. Bye for now.